And go. Hey, heck, we're back. No, y'all are still thinking about it. People are coming back in. Howdy, help yourselves to good time if you can. Howdy, Patrick and Everett. Great to see the both of y'all here. For anybody who's asking, new job is going well. The only thing that sucks about it is that I have to find clothes that actually work for work. Do y'all know how hard it is to find non-cargo pants that are 34? Yeah. That's what my pant size is, 34, at least here in the United States. I got no problem saying it. It means I'm as big around as I am tall. Round is still a shape. I'm good. Thank you, Everett. Not a problem. I appreciate it. It's still me. My boss did ask that I cleaned up my beard. So when I showed up shaved, he was like, "Damn, I didn't say clean it off. I just said clean it up." Like, you know what? Let's just work with this. Howdy, Todd. Great to see you, sir. I'm still pretty good at selling cigars. I've already acquired some customers that are like, "Oh, hey, if you are you working today? Can you show me something?" Howdy, Robert. Great to see you, sir. And yes, I gotta tell you, it's really nice to be able to say, "Oh, okay, well, yeah, if you're looking for this kind of a cigar, let's go over here. Let me get you a cigar that I think you're going to enjoy." Then they come back and they say, "Man, that was exactly what I was looking for." Well, it's pretty easy if they tell you, "Oh, I'm wanting easy, smooth, with a bit of flavor, but it doesn't have to be so much. But I don't want something that I got to think about too much. I just want to be able to smoke it and enjoy it." Oh, very nice, Rob. Or very nice, Everett. That's great to hear. I haven't broken in a pipe in a while. I guess the last pipe I broke in was sent to me by Steve and Miss Kathy. I'm still kind of breaking that one in. It's a sitter. First sitter. I like it. It's good pipe. So yeah, I had some guy that didn't know nothing about cigars in there yesterday, and he was asking for certain kinds of sticks, and I took him all over the shop and showed him what we had that were very, very much like that. And Then he said, you know what? No, I want something that I don't have to think about. Smooth, easy, not a lot of pepper. Just a decent smoke that doesn't really tell anybody, oh my God, yeah, I'm some sort of a cigar snob. So I took him right over to the black market from Alec Bradley. Then he asked me, but how's the construction on this? I showed him that picture. Some of y'all will know which picture I'm talking about. It was this picture. Yeah, that's the picture. Oh. Yeah. I told him, if you're just sitting there chatting on the phone and watching some sports on TV and not really doing nothing, Martin, yes, I'm still tailgating on days off when I can. Technically, that means I should be tailgating tomorrow, but that's not going to happen. Mostly because I have to drive all the way across Houston after Holly gets off work tomorrow so that we can return the company computer to the company she's leaving.
And my department's having a party for me.
Oh, and her department's having a small get-together for her. So, being that it's better part of 60 miles one way, I don't get to drink tomorrow. I'll have some iced tea. I might have a beer. That doesn't mean I can't enjoy a bourbon tonight. Oh, by the way, somebody decided that I had done such a good job that they needed to go ahead and donate me a cup that works perfect for coffee in the morning and bourbon in the afternoon if I'm not working. But I'm not working today, so we're good. I will say I filled up the truck today so that we could drive across town. $91.41. It wasn't completely empty. And we're being invaded by webworms. So much fun. By the way, people are saying, hello, Holly.
Hi.
Hopefully y'all could hear her say hi. Welsh Piper, howdy, sir. Great to see you. Oh, yeah. It is going well, and I'm sorry that for whatever reason, American cigar shops don't seem to send anything to the UK, at least not very well. Everybody says they can hear you loud and clear. Oh, goodness. For me, it's going to be a good day. I know it's going to be a good day. Howdy, Derek. Great to see you, sir. What did my cat just go running after?
Something.
Oh, squirrels. He saw squirrels. Now the squirrels see him. We're just going to have everybody out on the front porch party. I guess that's better than an everybody out there on the front porch pity party.
It was quiet I didn't hear anything.
Robert, no. There is no pipe tobacco there at that shop. But if they ever felt like selling it, they know that I would sell the shit out of that too. I don't even know if I'm allowed to mention what shop I work at, just because. But y'all already know. Well, Everett might be confusing what everybody's smoking with what pipe he's actually smoking, because he's smoking a K Woody, but I'm willing to bet that there's burley in the bowl. Import some esoterica. I'd just be lucky if I could get some customers in there on those days when it's really, really going slow. But I'm working on it. Howdy, Mark. Great to see you again. By the way, in case y'all did not see this, this is the tailgate that's after the Yabo that was before the tailgate. This is Thursday Tailgate, so we'll be going over to E&A's dad, a.k.a. Roberts. Good one, Everett. I like it. I don't always smoke haunted bookshop.
But
Never
when
mind.
I do, I say, "Ooh."
No. His actual reply was, oh wait, yes I do. And old Joe Krantz, and come on, there's a few others that Everett likes to smoke. Howdy, Boris. Great to see you again, sir. And me, I am going to be smoking a cigar that nobody has yet, because it will not officially be released for another month. This is a Monte Cristo 1935 anniversary Nicaragua series box pressed Gordo. The blend has been out for about 4 months now, I think. But they had to redo the blend several different times before they were happy with the flavor profile of a box pressed Gordo. And everybody was asking, hey, do you got that in a bigger ring gauge? Which we kept telling everybody, no, we don't have anything in a bigger ring gauge. But we kept telling Altadis and Tabacalera, everybody's asking for it in a bigger ring gauge. Y'all might want to bring out a bigger ring gauge. To which they replied, we're working on it. They sent Dave, my buddy, who got me rehired. They sent him some for his guys at the shop to try, and I said, look, I will try it, but I will do it on my day off when I can really sit down and I can really enjoy it. Whether I'm having a conversation or not, I can't smoke this at work and say that I'm really going to just sit back and enjoy it. Hell, I can barely do it on a tailgate. But I got a better shot at doing it on a tailgate than I do at work when I've had cigars that I can smoke in 45 minutes that I've had to relight 4 times because customers. Gotta remember, customer shows up, you're done. You just take off and do it. Asylum 13, 9x70. Oh, come on. Welsh. Look, if you're ever wanting to see what the craziest cigar I've ever heard of is, what you need to look for is, and I'm going to spell it just the way they do. The Romacraft Femur. It is 12 inches long, 120 ring gauge. It looks like you're trying to smoke your wrist. I mean, think about it. Boris, you know, I mean, there is that. Quite honestly, I'm hoping to meet a girl who can actually hold a femur up with no hands. No, I'm not. Patrick, yeah, see, I'm there with you. But I do like 60 ring gauges because I do smoke with a wet palate. So a real small, thin ring gauge. And, you know, I just, it's just going to plug up. It's going to get, it'll be horrible. Big wide body ring gauge and, oh, it's all right. Oh, Robert. Yes, she did, but I could have said that in front of her. She wouldn't have expected something different from me. Gotta remember, sexual harassment's not allowed on the job, but around here it's just graded. Oh no, Robert. There's almost nothing I can say in front of Holly that she doesn't expect me to say anyways. I'm telling you the truth, brother. Howdy, Buckeye. It's John, isn't it? I'm thinking it's John. For some reason, somebody remind me. That is John, right? So, bourbon in the cup. And no, I'm just sipping on it. Ah, yes. I'm not completely out of my mind. Well, see, I'm using an H. Upman branded torch that came with a punch cutter. That's a little hard to get out of there right now, but and it is a 3-barrel torch. Now, yes, I could have used matches. But with it being outside at a slight breeze going, the only way I could guarantee the matches would stay lit would be to use some of those that have the sulfur as part of their makeup for the striker tip. And the problem with using a match that a lot of people don't do, you got to wait until that sulfur portion burns off before you start using it to light your cigar. And you should be doing that for your pipes as well. It'll increase the flavor by a ton. Also, if you happen to ever buy a box of cigars and it has these little cedar sheets in there, and I've told people this before, break those up into little pinky thickness sheets and use those to light your pipe. You can use any lighter you want to. Torch, Scripto, Zippo, doesn't matter. You can use any of them that you want to, but you light that little piece of cedar and you use that to light your pipes or your cigars. Sure, it's one extra step, but you won't have any chemicals. Okay, I'm going to tell you right out. This cigar has a wide open draw. Think going filterless with a 9mm pipe. Or filterless on a corn cob. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, Robert, you take care. Cook something good. And we'll be here until we're there. For any of y'all that don't know, that's the rules of tailgating. We're here until the next show starts, and Robert, right there, Iaday's dad, his is the next show. Just being fair and honest. Oh, that's tasty. First one was a little more peppery. This one is just right for me. Of course, y'all know I don't mind peppery, right? I would think y'all would know I don't mind peppery. Boris, skirt of a Cuban lady wouldn't protect me from the 9mm rounds that would come through the door if Holly saw the skirt of the Cuban lady. Oh, Patrick, if you love peppery cigars, I'm going to start a collection of cigars that's going to be just right up your alley. And by collection, I mean I'm going to get you the names of those that I think you'll really, really enjoy. Some are going to be some brands you know, and some are going to be a little bit off. One of them you might be interested in would be the Alec Bradley Kintsugi, which a lot of people are claiming they get that cayenne feeling after they finish it. Not while they're smoking it, but afterwards it's got that burning tingle from the Kintsugi. Oh, very nice. Congratulations, Greg. A 300 subs giveaway. Now, I will tell you, if you really, really want a peppery cigar, what you do is you get any old cigar you want to, and there's this little chocolate bar called the World's Hottest Chocolate Bar. And you light that cigar, and you put that little piece of chocolate in your mouth, and you just let it melt. That would be very peppery. That would be very, very peppery. I'm not suggesting it to anybody. That could be dangerous. But I think somebody around here might have actually eaten one of those recently. Howdy, Rod. Great to see you, sir. Oh. Now, just because. Of course, I also would like to tell you that, Patrick, if you like bourbon, the Balcones bourbon has a bit of a peppery bite to it. Quite a bit more than I was expecting it would. So that would also be something good to have with a cigar that you find to be peppery. Ooh, Charter Oak. Charter Oaks are great. I'm telling you right now, they're great. Love those. Alec Bradley, Project 40. Very interesting. It reminds me of black tea and honeysuckle, which is just crazy. Let's see. The Nat Cicio Casin Double Toro I've never had. And the Gran Habano No. 5 Lunch Break I've had, but was never really a big, huge fan of it. I like the way it smokes, and I like everything about the cigar except for the flavor profile. It just didn't hit me right. That doesn't say that it's a bad cigar. That's just to say that it had more like a hay and grass than what I like, whereas I like more like chocolates and vanillas and pepper. Leather you can go either way with, but I do like leathers pretty much. And it had the notes that I'm not really ever looking for in a cigar. But it was a good cigar. Don't get me wrong. But remember, what I'm talking about now is my personal flavor profile, not necessarily your flavor profile. It might hit you in that sweet spot where you're just like, oh shit, I cannot have a better cigar ever. And that's okay. There's a lot of people out there that love cigars that I could not. I mean, just this week, I must have sold 20 different people a Groovy Blue. And there's no way I will ever smoke it, because I can't get past the powerful scent of it. But there's a lot of people that like it, so it's, it's there. Boris, Balcones is from Texas. It actually is from Texas. Texas-made bourbon. When the Master Blenders Council of Bourbon, or whatever it is that they call it, they have a group of their own people that is elected from the distillers of bourbons. And to be on the Master's Council means that you get to interpret the laws and how it is what can still be called bourbon and what can't be. Similar to tequila, where tequila is from 5 small counties in Mexico. You can make tequila, but then you have to call it mezcal if it's not made in one of those counties. Same with bourbon. But when the Bourbon Council decided to open it up so that it's not just a very small select area, that it just has to be inside the United States, suddenly there's bourbons coming out from all over the place. And I'm trying to work through some Texas bourbons. I still prefer my bourbon out of Kentucky personally, but hey, can't be all the only. Howdy, Jeff. Great to see you, sir. Jeff, I wanted to jump in on your live, but last night after I took a shower after I got home, I was just feeling just tired. And I ate a quick snack, and my cat jumped right up there in my face, telling me that I have obviously neglected him a bit this week. So I was brushing him, and the next thing I knew, I was waking up in the morning. Oh yeah, the Jack Daniel's Fire, yeah, with the cinnamon schnapps basically added in. I don't mind the oh, and by the way, for anybody who wants to know, Jack Daniel's is not a bourbon. Filtering it through a bed of charcoal completely eliminates the ability to call it bourbon. So then what do you do? Well, just kind of stuck with it, I guess. It's good whiskey, though. Don't get me wrong. Just that the process of filtering it through a bed of charcoal gives it a certain amount of a color, which is not allowed if it's going to be called bourbon. Don't get me wrong. I don't make the rules. I know the rules. It's got to be 51% corn, at least. It could be 99% corn, but you got to add some other stuff to it to be bourbon. Realistically, I think you can only have 93% corn. There's got to be some other stuff in there to actually make it the sour mash. Howdy, Horatio. Great to see you, sir. And for those of y'all who are remembering that I am now working, and you're thinking, hey, he's going to be like buying some stuff and doing a little bit with that money. I will be. I haven't gotten the first paycheck yet. I got to wait for paychecks to show up. Hard to buy anything when you're still living as if you're broke. And I'm already kind of going in debt. Had to buy slacks and a belt. The belt that I wear normally is great for working outside, getting filthy, low maintenance. But it also looks like it's a low maintenance, get it filthy kind of a thing. I'm supposed to look upstanding, so I had to buy some slacks, and I had to get some different shoes. The shoes that I wore a couple of years ago started falling apart after I put them back on. So yeah, I had to buy some shoes. Damn it. Well, Mark, look up from your screen, brother. I'm going to tell you right now. Mark makes some excellent work on some pipes. All right? I was smoking this earlier today. And, man, I love it. It smokes like a champion. It does get a little bit warm because it is such a thin-walled bowl. But it is an amazingly good pipe. Just saying. So, thank you, Mark. I appreciate the pipe. I really do. And if y'all are thinking about getting a pipe, what I would say is a fairly reasonable price, yeah, you should probably be looking at Mark. Also, you probably want some of his X221. That's his little wax stuff that comes in a real small jar, but you don't need a lot. You just rub it in. It works on your stem and your pipes, keeps them protected until you can get back to the buffing wheel. Yeah, seen too many pipes that are treated with it to not believe in it. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. Thank you, Mark. I can't say enough good things about Mark. And if you're looking that you want to increase your channel's viewerships, trust me, go check out Mark's stuff. You're gonna see a lot of videos in there, and you're gonna be amazed at some of the stuff he's doing. It's really awesome stuff. A New World stick that Cuban smokers can love. God. I'm not sure that I can find sticks that are going to have that flavor. And my first inclination is to always say Padron on that one, Boris. Welsh, I'm going to say that if you're really looking for a true chin hugger, I would say to give one of the factory Pauls a shot. And then if you still like it, because there's some certain things that go on with chin huggers that you are... Do you enjoy having to really work to clean out your pipes? Because it's not going to pass a pipe cleaner through. You're going to have to work at it. You have to keep them super clean. You can't just smoke another bowl. You smoke one bowl, you clean it. So there's some very interesting things that go on with chin huggers, and I would hate for you to be out the money for a artisan pipe just to find out that you don't even like them. So in my suggestion, it would be find out if you even like that type of pipe first before you go the full artisan route. Now, if you do like that pipe, I fully believe that the artisan pipes all tend to be better than the factory pipes. There's a certain amount of life and soul that goes into carving the wood and making it just right that factory pipes just don't have. I mean, let's be honest. I love my 320. It's great pipe. But there's thousands of guys that have that same exact pipe. Whereas, when you go and get that artisan pipe, it's really a one-of-a-kind work of art. Usable work of art, but it's still a work of art. Okay, so if you like My Father's, you can look for the Cabanas, which they are back to a very Cuban-esque. The wrapper is that same color as most of the Cubans. The burn quality is there. The texture is right. And their ring gauges, they're not going to be the big ring gauges, but so yeah, see, I'm not trying to lie to you. A full bent or an umpal or any of those that really bend right over and hug right down to your chin, they're beautiful. I had one, and I plugged it up so bad that I ended up breaking it trying to get it clean. And so I'm not going back to a full bent or an umpal, but I do like a bent pipe. But that full bend is just a bit too much. It requires more work than I'm willing to put into. I mean, smoke it one time, gotta let it cool off, break it apart, clean it, put it back together, treat it with kids' gloves. You can't ever. If I wanted to work on something that damn hard, I'd go back into engineering. Damn. Pipes are supposed to be relaxing, and that just the whole extra careful that you have to be for me. It was just it stopped being relaxing. That was for me. That's not to say they're not beautiful. That's not to say there's not people out there that will love them and are okay with taking that amount of time and have that kind of relationship with their pipes where they will take the time and they have a location where they can really lay them out and really deep clean them on a regular basis. I just don't have that here. But hey, if it's your house, I just have to put up with listening to my mother-in-law gripe at me when I put the paper towels out on the table and I start cleaning it, and I'm taking an hour cleaning pipes. And that's for a pipe. A pipe. It's part of why cigars are easier while you're doing a live broadcast. Oh, hey, crazy news. I got informed day one that I'm going to be an alternate for working the Texas Cigar Festival. That sounds Yeah, so what, right? Except for previously, there'd be maybe 200 people available to go to the Texas Cigar Festival. They'd run out of space. This year, it's going to be at NRG Stadium where the Texans play. Out in the parking lot, yeah, but still, it's going to be there. They have room for 1,200 something people. So yeah, it's going to be a big event this year. There's going to be a couple of very, very large name people going to show up for it. And pretty much all of the cigar manufacturers that are hoping to be somebody at any point in time, they're going to be there. Howdy, Matthew. Great to see you, sir. Well, Boris, cigars are easy. It's getting people to those cigars that are really going to hit that sweet spot. And I think that's a special part of it for me, because I spent many years, whatever cigar came along, whatever, I didn't realize that there were so many different flavors. Normally I'd have them with a strong drink of some sort, and I would just be there smoking the cigar to smoke the cigar as something to do while I'm enjoying my drink. Now I'm more the other way. I'm smoking the cigars and enjoying the cigars, and I have a drink every once in a while to enjoy with it, but not in spite of it. What it is the company found out that I'm back with them, and they remember the last time that they were actually able to put on a Texas Cigar Festival. And they were like, hey, you remember that guy? He was one hell of a good worker. Is that guy going to be available? Because we could ask him, hey, look, climb up there and act like a monkey. And he would have been like, cool, let's do it. Hey, we got to string this string of lights. Done. We need someone to stand out here in the parking lot and guard this one parking spot because we've got a truck coming in that has to be there. I'm the guy. People like Lito Gomez, they're let's see, in the last couple of years, when it was smaller, we had Cohiba and Tatuaje, and Padron showed up, even though they do not have sales reps. And Padron doesn't discount for anything. They don't care. And they showed up knowing that they were still going to have to discount sticks. Yeah. Southern Draw showed up. Great people if you ever get to meet them. Oh, Boris, I definitely have ideas for pairing drinks in a stick. And coffee is not always 100% one of those, boom, it's going to work. Welsh, it's possible that I've seen some of those books before. The only way I would ever be interested in paying that kind of money for a book was if it was a basically if it was the blender's book, which tells their exact secrets of this type of tobacco from exactly this plant, from exactly this region, from exactly this farm. I mean, if you could get one of those books for just $1,000, you got to steal. I mean, shoot, if I could get an A.J. Fernandez blend book, I could see wanting to pay $1,000 for it, no problem. Whether it was a spiral bound POS looking crazy, all scribbled on notebook or not. Because it's got those blends in there, I'd be like, yeah, I would want it. Would I pay for it? I don't know if I would actually ever pay for that anymore. And well, then there's the other side. I'm no good at rolling a cigar. I've tried it. I've proven it to myself that I'm no good at it. So past that, I've just kind of, well, nah. But I've seen some of those books that are real nice. I guess part of it's that I've seen a lot of them right for free. So it doesn't have that big of a special attraction for me. I'd prefer to have the cigars in the book instead of the book. Now, two of the most obvious things for Boris's question would be bourbon and scotch tend to do very well with most cigars. Coffee does well with most cigars. Again, there's always exceptions. The infused cigars tend to go well with light and flavorful mixed drinks of some sort. Oh, hey, by the way, yeah, the tickets for Texas Cigar Festival, which happens to be on exactly 1 month from now, they're just shy of $200 for a regular admission, and they're just shy of $400 for a VIP admission. I'm going to tell you, both of them are worth it depending upon what you're there for. you get cigars just for the price of admission, which are within $5 of what you actually paid for the ticket, whether it be VIP or for regular admission. The VIP ticket comes with an open bar. The regular admission ticket comes with 2 drink tickets. You can get more drinks if you want to, but your 2 drink tickets, you get to drink those 2 drinks and then you can pay for more. Whereas if you have the VIP, you got an open bar and a much smaller, more select group with higher end alcohol, and I think the food is all the same, but you don't have to stand in line to go get your food with the VIP ticket. I'll be working it, so if y'all happen to be there, hey, look for this ugly mug. Even better, I get to work the day of at my shop, and then as soon as I get off work from my shop, I get to run like hell up to NRG and work for the rest of the day till about midnight. It's going to be a long day. No matter what anybody says, it's going to be a long day. Horatio, there's some people out there that would agree with you 100% that the open bar, the better food, and the people that you will be meeting would easily be worth that $1,000. Oh, plus you get a bonus amount of time from when the festival actually opens before they allow all the general admission tickets. Boris, that is always going to be true. Some cigars, really the best pairing for that is water. Such as the Hoyo de Monterrey Epicure No. 2. I go to that one a lot because I know that one very well. I would never suggest drinking anything other than water with that stick because it's a light flavored stick. It's damn good, but I would hate to cover those flavors with a nice peaty scotch, which you wouldn't even taste the stick. Howdy, Willie. Great to see you, sir. Or also known as Nashville. Hello. I heard this year in the VIP area, it's going to be a good chance that Michael Strahan will be there. Mostly because he's already talked to Dave, my boss, and said, hell yeah, unless he's sick and can't make it, he's going to be there. I mean, oh, and for any of y'all New Yorkers, just the other day, my shop, some guy y'all might remember from the Giants, had a guy by the name of Lance Smith sitting in there smoking with me. He also played for the St. Louis Cardinals at about the same time they transferred over to Arizona Cardinals. And then he hit free agency and he was right over to the Giants. Yeah, he's got pictures of him standing there with LT. The real LT, not that running back out of San Diego. We're talking the legend. Boris, yeah, you're right. But any whiskey that's going to be a good, strong whiskey, something worth tasting, is going to detract from the Epicure number 2. Because it'll either cover it or not. But it's hard to bring out those flavors by covering it. Oh, and I was working the late night on, or I was working the evening shift at my shop on Wednesday, so I obviously, A, didn't tailgate, and B, didn't see any of the National Mafia show. I'll get to see some of that tomorrow morning when I wake up and I tune it in. I would have done it today, but I had to get my little bit of necessary work clothes shopping done so that they don't get pissed off at me for wearing the wrong clothes. Yeah, Patrick, believe me, wow doesn't really describe it. Man, 60-something years old, still looks like he could walk through a wall and the wall would flinch. Nicest guy you ever wanted to meet, though. And there he was, hanging out in my shop, smoking cigars with me. Not the only person that played in the NFL that I've ever hung out with at a cigar shop. But I don't have a problem dropping a few names if y'all were just absolutely interested in that. By the way, Boris, congratulations on your Chelsea coming back to smack down the dreaded Real Madrid. I believe it was 3-2 at the end of that game, yes? And then there was the Southampton runaway smash down 6-0. Just destroyed them. I didn't get to see either of those games, but I did get to see the highlights. Oh, damn, Willie. I'm sorry about that. Well, then it'll be a short little view party here at my house tomorrow morning. Get to see the Nashville Mafia live. I know, none of y'all are actually invited. And most of y'all actually already saw it. But it's good to know that y'all didn't have too much damage from storms. When Mother Nature says enough, she means it, right? Yeah, but Boris, at least when your team can come back from a really bad beatdown from a couple of weeks earlier, and come back and say, you know what, we had an off game, that's fine. But we won this one. You know, that's better than taking 2 beatings from the same team. At least in my opinion. Little sips of bourbon. Oh yeah. Of course, it wasn't as fun as watching Southampton really have nothing. Nothing. I mean, what'd they do? 7 shots towards Mendy, and all of them were defended perfectly. And there was only one of them that made the highlight reel. It wasn't until the second half, when it was already pretty much game over. Yeah, just say it. Well, that's why I had a hard time finding it. I was looking for a 2-hour show. It only lasted 30 minutes. Now I know better what to look for. Oh, goodness. I am not used to standing for hours and hours on end. I can be honest about it. 2 hours of sitting on my butt in this chair is nothing compared to 8 hours of standing behind a small desk in a cigar shop. Wilson's of Sharrow's Snuff. Here, that's pretty good stuff. Now, Horatio, because you're in the United States, and because I know that sometimes decent snuff is rather difficult to acquire, the Briar Shop, and that's spelled the old-fashioned way with an E on the end, which is here in Houston. They say they have the largest selection of snuff in the United States. But their supply fluctuates throughout the month or day or whatever. But they will ship to anywhere in the United States that's legal for them to ship to. I say that so if you're having a hard time finding snuff that you actually like, that might be another resource to check out. It's not the biggest shop on the planet, but they do cigars and pipes and snuff and cigarettes. I mean, and they do ship. And as far as if you're in Houston, it's the largest collection of pipes that you're going to find. Doesn't matter where you are in Houston. I've been to a lot of places, and it's, if I'm really looking for a certain pipe, I'm definitely looking at the Briar Shop. Howdy, James Stubbo. Great to see you, sir. James, by the way, I did a full yabo just before this. And because James is here, I'm going to show it again. I packed them all away very nicely and neatly back inside the box. James and Mark gifted me with something. It's the one from the Air Force. I guess easy to tell, right? Because it says Air Force right there. And the Navy. And the Coast Guard. And I really like the idea for the detail on this. I love that. There's for the Army. And the Army Reserve. And the United States Space Force, Department of the Air Force. And last but not least, United States Marine Corps. I gotta tell you, they're prettier than what this camera is saying they are. And if any of y'all are thinking you might want to be smoking a cigar and need a decent ashtray for such smoking of such cigars, you might want to be paying attention on Tuesday nights to Mr. Stumbo's show. I know this last Tuesday I was able to join for just a few minutes as I was driving home. I couldn't stay for the whole thing, and I apologize about that, James, but that's because as soon as I got home, Holly was saying, "I'm hungry. You're going right back out to go get something to eat." Happy wife, happy life. Well, hangry wife ain't worth talking about. Just saying. But I'm still getting to enjoy my pipes in the morning before I go to work if I'm not working first thing in the morning. And I still have enjoyed my pipes on a daily basis. Sometimes I'm, later at night or first thing in the morning or however it works out. But I'm still enjoying pipes. And no, y'all don't have to excommunicate me from the YTPC. I do miss all of y'all. Now, when I'm at work, I'm at work. I don't take breaks. I go full force. End of the day shows up and they say I can go, I go. Howdy, Jose Golf Piper. Great to see you, sir. But, man, I feel like I let y'all down now that I'm not able to tailgate as often as I was. Normally my days off should be Thursday and Friday. This Friday, obviously, I'm going to be missing doing the tailgate because I have to take Holly all the way across town tomorrow is her last day of her current job, and she will be starting that new job this coming Monday. Boris, it is actually the Marines Department of the Navy, so you are not pissing me off any. There might be a few Marine Corps guys that really, really hate that statement, but it is part of their charter that they are part of the Navy. Oh, James, I'm not going to quit this job right now. It's possible that within 2 years I might be running that shop. But I got to prove that I'm worthy. Of course, the guy who's running it also needs to get promoted up into corporate levels for me to do that. But showing that he makes good decisions will go a long way towards that, and bringing me back to work at his shop is one of those good decisions. Of course, he knew right away when he was saying, hey man, I want to bring you back in, that unless I had a job that was locked down, there's no way he could compete with it, that he was going to be able to do so. Now, let's be honest, cigars are fun. You get your regular customers, they get to know who you are, but you also get some new people that don't have any clue what they're doing. And that's really when it gets fun for me, because then I can try and figure out where they're at cigar wise. And then when they come back, they're like, man, that guy really knows what the hell he's talking about. Okay, yeah, I kind of actually do, but I'm not trying to pat myself on the back about that. But it feels good. Being able to know that this guy is not going to have that 10 years of no idea what a good cigar is, stabbing blindly at a page saying, oh, I'm going to try that one. Well, if it's the wrong cigar for you, it's still going to be a crap cigar for you. Might be the best cigar in the world for me, but it's still going to be horrible for you. But instead of letting them guess at it, being able to come in and say, hey, you haven't steered me wrong yet, give me another one. Plus, it'll be some money in, which means I'm going to be able to do a little bit more. Which means eventually I will end up with a Phil Rivera and a Jay Mouton and a Simon and a Sea Smokes. And I'm still going to fiddle around with making some pipes my own self. Maybe not professionally. Of course, I'm not going to be able to grow my hellaciously pathetic beard. That's okay. I'll live. I think I'll live. And there's some things that I'll be able to do that none of y'all are going to be able to touch me on. There's some thoughts for some of y'all are going to be getting some things from me eventually. Stuff you will like. Boris, I'm happy that you can get back into a lot of Kias. I was wondering if we were just going to have to go to war about that. Oh, wait, no, we're not going to any wars on that. Come on now. If y'all don't like a lot of Kias, that's fine. Some people don't like Cavendish. That's fine too. Some people don't like Perique. Jose, yeah, I know, right? I shave, I look like I'm a whole nother kid, right? But look, it is gray there on the sides. Oh, come on, Robert. You just need to try some grape. Willie thinks all of us need to try some grape. Yes, when I tell people that when I shave, I drop 10 to 15 years of age right away, a lot of people don't believe it. And then when they see what I look like with that haircut and a shave, people go, oh my God, is he really going to be turning 50 in a couple of years? Yes, I really am going to be turning 50 in a couple of years. Oh, Patrick, without a doubt, I will be getting a Phil Rivera. As soon as I got the money together that I can ask Phil Rivera to make me a pipe. And I'm not kidding on this. When I talk to Phil Rivera about making me a pipe, I'm just going to be like, hey, Phil, I want one of your pipes. But I want you to make me a pipe you'd be happy with. If you think I'm going to love it, I know I'm going to love it. Just tell me how much money I got to send you to even get you started. We'll do it. Of course, I got to get paychecks before I start doing stuff like that. And I'm going to be doing the same thing with a lot of these other pipe carvers. You know, it's kind of like musicians. I would love to see some of these musicians that are no longer with us when they were still alive in concert. Well, Robert, that's true. Phil only makes pipes he is happy with. But if I tell him to make whatever pipe, I don't care. Then I know he's going to really put his heart and soul into making that pipe. That pipe's going to be special to me because he made it for me. He made it because he thought this is a pipe Donald's going to love. And I know that I'm going to. And that's going to be the best part about me having a job, is that I'm not going to have to ask Holly, hey, can I spend a little bit of this money? I mean, as she told this company one time before, I don't have to work. But it's nice when I do, because then I have my own little bit and I don't feel like I'm leeching. I want to be able to contribute. And being honest, that little bit of money, you know, if Holly and I want to go out, do something, if I made that money and it's okay, then we can. Right, Derek? See, now, I don't do very many heavy burley blends because burley always gives me hiccups. I don't know why. It just tickles the right spot in my throat, I guess, and I end up with hiccups. Hey, we are 5 minutes out from Robert starting. It's hard to believe I've already been on here almost an hour and 30 minutes. And that's after a 20-minute Yavo. And I am very much looking forward to being able to say, James, this is what I want. Oh, James, yeah, brother, telling you. I was speechless when y'all told me what was going on. When I see them up close, I'm blown away. Sometimes I'm envious of y'all burly guys. Don't worry, I still smoke burley blends. I know that I have to stay away from heavy burley blends if I don't want the hiccups. And really my sweet spot is Englishes and Balkans. I know I can't tell the difference between one Balkan and the other, but it doesn't mean I don't like them. James, you got support that you probably haven't even heard from yet, because there are people that they know. And that's, your stuff is top notch, James. Just saying. And I almost spit out bourbon when I read that Everett is the burly noob. Yes, Byzantium is a good Balkan. And the Balkan Sobrani and the Balkan Sassini, but I'll be honest, the Sutliff Balkan, I can't tell the difference between, if I loaded a bowl blindly and one of them had Sutliff run-of-the-mill Balkan blend, I'm not going to be able to tell the difference between that and Byzantium or Sassini or any of the others. I'm just going to be like, yeah, well, it's Balkan. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to smoke the hell out of it. Well, Everett, I'm waiting for 10 Ukrainians blend. Because right now we're trying not to do anything Russian. Was that too much? Oh, you're right, Everett. James does rule. James rules! All right, so 1 minute left till Robert's supposed to go live. I'd like to remind all of y'all, A, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, do the best you can with that. And as per always, remember, long lives, big bowls, and long ashes. Because let's be realistic. It's about having fun here with each other, enjoying one another's company, and I mean that's what kind of stings about having this job, is not being able to tailgate with y'all. But it's really kind of an addicting thing, being able to hang out with y'all. I really, really do enjoy it. And I'll be tailgating when I can. I appreciate y'all showing up. It's really been a great time hanging out with y'all. I've been kind of jonesing on it these last couple of weeks, because it's just been a little bit too busy trying to get everything going with me going back to work. And so I guess we're going to all just hang out for a minute, and whenever Robert goes live, we will jump over to his show. Oh, I will still be tailgating as often as I can. I just know what y'all looking for me tomorrow, because I won't be here tomorrow. I apologize. I will be driving all over Houston. And nobody wants to hear me cussing at other drivers that don't know how to damn well drive. Holly doesn't want to hear it. She'll be in the truck with me. Hopefully, we'll be seeing about getting y'all some cigars at some point. Some way. Shape, form. We'll figure it out. And Robert is live, so we're heading over there now. Y'all take care, and I will see you at Robert's as soon as this has finished doing whatever it has to do. Y'all take care. I will see you soon. Bye for now.